Solo Leveling Season 4 Episode 2 starts, and we see that the biggest S-rank gate to date has opened in Korea. Even the gate Kamish came out of, this gate is much bigger than that. We see that because of this gate, all the hunters were alert and patrolling. Just then, one of the hunters bumps into the Beast Monarch. Now he doesn't know who that is. So he starts shouting at him and says, "Are you blind? Can't you see where you're walking? Now say sorry." But he is only saying this much when the Beast Monarch literally eats him. Now seeing this, the other hunters there are terrified. They understand that this is some monster, and they also try to fight. But the Beast Monarch starts killing all the hunters one by one brutally. While all the hunters were dying one by one here, over there Jinwoo was having a blast in the forest. Meaning he had spent the whole night in the forest with Hunter Cha. Jinwoo says to Cha, "Why don't we go to a hotel for breakfast?" And then he takes Hunter Cha to a restaurant sitting on Kaisel. Here, we see Jinwoo. As soon as he finds out that a monster is killing all the hunters on the streets of Korea, he immediately tries to contact Jinwoo, but his call doesn't go through. I mean seriously man, why do you even keep a phone when you walk around with it on Do Not Disturb? Anyway, we see that the Beast Monarch had killed many hunters. Just then, that S-rank hunter from Germany arrives there. He hadn't been able to meet Jinwoo, which is why he hadn't gone back. He thinks that perhaps this monster was destined to die at my hands. That is why I couldn't go back, and he moves forward to fight it. Just then, Thomas comes from behind him and says, "You step aside, let me fight." Here we see Jinwoo, who is in the restaurant and has finally picked up the call. Jinwoo immediately gives him all the details about that monster. Jinwoo asks, "How is this possible? There's still a lot of time before the dungeon break, right?" Jinwoo says, "Yes, there is time, but this monster didn't come from that dungeon. All the hunters were on high alert regarding the gate. Then this monster suddenly comes out of nowhere and starts killing them all one by one, and now Thomas Andre is fighting him." Jinwoo thinks, "How can this be? I have put my shadow soldiers inside all the hunters. And I told those shadow soldiers to report to me immediately if even a small incident occurs. And here, so many hunters were killed, and Thomas is engaged in a fight. Still, why hasn't any shadow soldier reported to me yet?" Jinwoo concentrates and tries to sense those shadow soldiers. Then he feels that something is intentionally weakening the signal between them. Jinwoo gets the idea that only a monarch can do this. He asks Jinwoo, "Does that monster have a shadow? Confirm it for me quickly." Here we see the Beast Monarch, who had entered his beast form. Seeing him, even that German hunter gets scared. But Thomas says, "Don't just stand there. Go rescue the citizens. Leave this monster to me." And he gets ready to fight. Before the fight starts, you guys tell me in the comments whether you think Thomas Andre can defeat the Beast Monarch or not. Let's see which of you gets it right. The Beast Monarch immediately attacks Thomas with his sharp claws. But Thomas Andre saves himself by hardening his body, and then lands a powerful punch straight to his face. Then he grabs his head and slams him straight onto the ground. Here we see that Jong-in and his guild members had also arrived there. Since Seoul is a very large city, the population there is quite high. Therefore, they were sent to rescue the civilians. Seeing that monster, Jong-in was also thinking that its aura is many times greater than the monster from Jeju Island. After all, what kind of beast is Thomas fighting? In the next scene we see Thomas landing a very powerful punch, causing the Beast Monarch to fall straight down from the building. Thomas goes down chasing him and is about to attack again. But before landing, the Beast Monarch hits another building and launches himself very fast toward Thomas. Thomas gets confused seeing him because he had no weapon in his hands, nor was he going to attack with a punch. He had kept both hands behind him and was moving fast toward Thomas. Thomas thinks, "What kind of attack is this?" But then the Beast Monarch hits Thomas hard in the stomach with his head, throwing Thomas off balance, and before he could compose himself, the Beast Monarch lands such a punch on his face that Thomas falls far away. Over here, the White Tiger Guild had also arrived, and another S-rank hunter, Yunho, had also come. Although they too had come for the evacuation, as soon as Yunho's eyes fall on the Beast Monarch, he is literally terrified. He thinks, "So this is that magic beast we received a report about." This means the one fighting him is none other than Thomas Andre. We see that Thomas had changed his form and covered his entire body with armor, just like he did in the fight with Jinwoo. Just then, that monster starts passing by Yunho. Yunho thinks he is coming to fight him, so he starts to transform. But as the Beast Monarch comes near him, he is literally terrified. He wasn't even able to move. Nor did he have the courage to lift his head and look. He knew very well that if he lifted his head, it would be the last time his head would be on his body. That's why he goes back to his normal form, and the Beast Monarch also moves forward to fight Thomas. After this, the Beast Monarch uses his gravitation magic to pick up things nearby and throw them at Thomas. But Thomas easily dodges them. And this time, Thomas also uses his black hole magic and starts pulling the Beast Monarch toward him. The Beast Monarch also gets confused and gets pulled toward him. Thomas brings him close, hits him hard with both hands, and buries him in the ground. Then he climbs on top of him and rains punches down on him. The Beast Monarch is unable to do anything at this moment, but even though Thomas was winning the fight and was continuously raining punches, he still felt something strange, as if something was missing. He was doubting himself. Am I really winning? Will this much be enough to defeat this beast? Still, he kept punching without stopping. Then suddenly the Beast Monarch stops one of his punches and transforms into a new form. Now his hair had also turned from black to white. He says, I didn't expect that pups of the fragments of light like you could be this powerful. I've seen many of these tricks of yours. Now it's my turn. He asks, are you feeling scared now? He pulls Jinwoo's Shadow Soldier out of Thomas and says there is no need for you here, and literally crushes and finishes it. Then the Beast Monarch grabs Thomas by the neck, lifts him up and says, since you are feeling so confident, why don't we have a battle of strength between us? Saying this much, he is about to crush Thomas's head, but Thomas suddenly disappears and comes behind him, gripping his neck with both hands, and he literally rotates it 360 degrees. But despite all this, nothing happens to him, and he smiles. Thomas is completely confused. He thinks, how is this even possible? We see that the Beast Monarch fixes his head by rotating it back. Then he grabs Thomas's face, slams it hard against the ground and says, I've become hungry while fighting now, and he is literally about to eat Thomas Andre. Just then, an attack comes from behind and hits him. We see that the attack belongs to that S-rank hunter from Germany. He says, while I'm here, you can't eat anyone. But he says this, yet seeing the Beast Monarch, his legs are also trembling. Here, Thomas's condition is so bad that he was literally crawling on the ground. He says, run away from here, or else you will die. That hunter says, I know very well that I will never be able to defeat him. But still, I am a hunter. He thinks to himself, I have no regrets in my life. If this is the final fight, then so be it. I will give my life fighting. It's better than running away like a coward. But as the Beast Monarch slowly starts coming closer to him, his condition worsens. He was just convincing himself, I have made the right decision. I have made the right decision. I have made the right decision. Until the Beast Monarch comes right next to him. Then he realizes, no, I have made the wrong decision. The Beast Monarch is just about to eat him, when Jinwoo's dragon, Kaisel, arrives and grabs the Beast Monarch in his mouth and flies away. The Beast Monarch frees himself by cutting off Kaisel's head. Just then Jinwoo suddenly comes from above him and is about to kick him with his feet, but he easily escapes from there. Jinwoo is very angry. Jinwoo says to that German hunter, can you take Thomas to some safe place? Here the Beast Monarch changes his form, and he was looking like a wolf. He says, so it's true. I can tell by sensing the shadow inside you. Here, finally, Thomas Andre had reached a safe place. Jinwoo senses that his bloodlust is a bit too much. Meaning, to date, such bloodlust hasn't been seen in any monster. On top of that, he hadn't come alone, meaning Jinwoo was sensing someone else besides him. After all, are you a human, or how can you use the Shadow Monarch's power at this level? Then someone says from inside the smoke, all this is happening because of the architect. He had made some deal with the Shadow Monarch a long time ago. Just then, the Insect Monarch comes from behind Jinwoo. She says, this means I can eat this human. I always used to think what other monarchs would taste like. We see that not one, not two, but three monarchs have now come in front of Jinwoo, the Frost Monarch, the Beast Monarch, and the Insect Monarch. All three of them released their aura at once, and their magic energy was so strong that it even tore through the sky. Jinwoo also calls his Shadow Army, in which Igris and Iron immediately attack the Frost Monarch, and Tank and Kaisel attack the Beast Monarch. The Beast Monarch says, "So are these all your new Shadow Army?" Here, the Frost Monarch makes a huge ice ball and traps all the Shadow Soldiers. All of them, meaning Igris, Iron, and even Beru and Greed. The Frost Monarch says, "All your Shadow Soldiers are quite weak. In this ice prison, they won't even be able to move. Did you really think these soldiers of yours could stop us?" We see that one of Jinwoo's hands had also frozen. But he easily breaks the ice. Then he takes out the Kamish dagger that Thomas had given him, and, pointing it toward the Frost Monarch, says, "I will definitely kill you." After this, finally, their fight starts. The Frost Monarch uses his power to create a huge army of ice golems. And the Insect Monarch turns all those hunters whom the Beast Monarch had killed, their dead bodies, into an army of zombie monsters. Everyone attacks Jinwoo together. At this time, all of Jinwoo's Shadow Soldiers were trapped. So Jinwoo has to fight all the monsters alone. With the help of his new daggers, Jinwoo was easily finishing all those monsters. Here, the Frost Monarch was creating ice golems one after another and sending them toward Jinwoo. But Jinwoo was defeating them all. But while Jinwoo was busy with all this, the Frost Monarch suddenly attacks. But Jinwoo notices him and counters with his dagger. The Beast Monarch says, "Seriously, do you think this piece of metal of yours will be able to do anything to me?" But he is only saying this much when Jinwoo cuts his hand into 2 pieces and says, "You said it right. If I had any other piece of metal, nothing would happen to you." But while he was fighting the Beast Monarch, the Insect Monarch comes to attack from behind. Here, the Beast Monarch also heals his hand in a second. Now in front of Jinwoo was an army of zombies and ice golems. On top of that, 3 monarchs, and Jinwoo was standing alone. All his Shadow Soldiers were still trapped. Just then, we see that Beru finally breaks that ice prison and comes out. As soon as he comes out of the ice prison, he shouts loudly, "My king!" and then goes to attack the Insect Monarch. He says, "How dare you lay a hand on my king?" Seeing Beru come out of the ice prison, both the Frost Monarch and the Beast Monarch are shocked. The Frost Monarch says, "How is this possible? It is impossible to get out of my ice spell. Only commander-level soldiers can break it." In Jinwoo's Shadow Army, there are only 2 commander-level soldiers. One is Beru, and the second is Greed. The Beast Monarch says, "How can this human have commander-level soldiers?" A single commander-level soldier is literally called the God of Destruction. Here the Insect Monarch says to Beru, "Children who do not recognize their mother need punishment." She said this because Beru is also an insect of sorts, and she controls all insects. After this she attacks Beru. But Beru's brother is in anger. He says, "Move out of the way, you crazy bitch." Literally he said this. When I saw this, I too couldn't stop laughing. The Insect Monarch says, "What did you say?" But Beru ignores her and goes to Jinwoo. He falls on his knees and starts crying and says, "Sorry my king, you had to fight the monsters alone for so long, but you still defeated them all easily. You are very powerful. You are very great." Beru was going on praising him, while delivering totally filmy dialogues. Seeing this, Jinwoo is also shocked at what he is doing in the middle of the battlefield. Beru kept on crying. Just then, some zombie monsters come to attack from behind. But before they could reach Jinwoo, Beru cuts them down in a second. Then the Insect Monarch grabs Jinwoo and throws him quite far. Here the Frost Monarch doesn't give Jinwoo a chance to recover and showers ice spears on him. But Jinwoo dodges everyone with his daggers. But the Frost Monarch doesn't stop. He keeps on attacking Jinwoo with ice spears continuously. Then suddenly, a dagger hits the Frost Monarch's heart. The Frost Monarch isn't even able to predict this surprise attack by Jinwoo. Jinwoo says, "I told you that I won't leave you alive." But the Frost Monarch takes out that dagger and heals himself. Jinwoo thinks, "I hit him in the heart with the dagger, but still nothing happened to him. Meaning, I cannot defeat him this easily." And Jinwoo goes to attack him again. But then suddenly, the Beast Monarch comes from behind him and strikes Jinwoo's back with his blade. Due to that attack, a lot of blood starts coming from Jinwoo's mouth. Seeing Jinwoo in pain, Beru shouts, "My king!" and starts going toward Jinwoo. But the Insect Monarch grips him tightly and doesn't let him go. The Beast Monarch puts a sword to Jinwoo's neck and says, "Now no one can save you. Not even this ant of yours." Then Beru shouts and tells all the soldiers, "This is not the time to sleep. Wake up and help your king." Then we see that Greed finally breaks that ice prison and comes out. Seeing him, the Beast Monarch says, "That thing must surely have been a strong warrior in its lifetime." Not only this, after this, one by one all the high-rank soldiers also start coming out of the ice prison by breaking it. Like Tusk, Iron, Igris, everyone has arrived to help Jinwoo. But Frost says there's no use for this. Your wounds are very deep. You won't be able to survive for long. Jinwoo says, "Are you talking about this injury?" and heals it immediately. Seeing this, both the Frost Monarch and the Beast Monarch are shocked. Here we see that this fight was being telecast live all over the world. People from different countries were watching Jinwoo and cheering. We see that Thomas's condition had become so bad that 2 or 3 healers were healing him together. Still, he was unable to get up. The other hunters standing there were wondering if this was the end of the world. Yunho also gets very shocked seeing Jinwoo's fight. He thinks, "I knew that Jinwoo is strong, and his power can continue to grow. But he has reached this level. I never even imagined this." Now here, because all the high-rank soldiers were free, Jinwoo wasn't having that much trouble fighting. Greed and the other soldiers were keeping the Frost Monarch busy. Beru was handling the Insect Monarch alone, and Jinwoo was fighting the Beast Monarch. Just then, we see Hunter Lim on a building some distance away. If you don't remember, let me tell you, he is also an S-rank hunter who fights with a bow and arrow. Meaning he is a long-range fighter. He was also in the Jeju Island raid. He was thinking, "I've been watching this fight for so long. I should also do something." And he thinks of sniping those monsters from a long range. But then some mysterious person comes from behind him and says, "Sit quietly and watch the fight," and disappears. As soon as Lim turns around to look, there is no one there. You guys guess in the comments who that could be. For now, this battle was moving toward its end. We see that the Insect Monarch has paralyzed Jinwoo by putting poison on him. But Jinwoo immediately fixes that too. Seeing this, the Insect Monarch gets angry and goes to attack him directly. But this time Jinwoo was ready, and using his mutilate skill, he cuts her into thousands of pieces. After which her body slowly starts disappearing. Meaning, Jinwoo had finally killed a monarch. A notification also comes in his system that the Insect Monarch died, and his level also increases to 146. Meaning, he becomes even stronger. With this episode ends right here.